Hmm. Okay. Yep. Yep. Hello. Hello. I have made it to stream. Finally. It's been a busy week. Let me see if the camera decides to work today. Maybe. Maybe. Hello. Hello. Come on. You can do it. Sorry if I am clearing my throat often. Been coming off of the sniffles. Why is the camera being stupid? Why do you do this to me? It's blank. Oh, you can't see it. That's right. I'm going to be looking like I'm crazy. Maybe you'll come along. Maybe. Just maybe. I believe in you, little shit. This is why you don't buy the cheap ones off of Amazon. Then they do this when you need it most. Okay. You win. Let me try reconnecting it. Yeah, sorry. That might be loud. It says it's there. Oh. Come on. I'm so sorry. I'm being distracted here. I thought I was going to be able to go straight into doing something, but no, that camera had to be special. It had to be special today. It had to be extra special. Okay, well, I'll leave it trying. Maybe it'll magically decide to turn on, and then I'll fix it when that time comes. I hope y'all's night's been going well. And hello to everyone who's here. I don't really know what to do. But I think tonight is a coding night because I want to code, and sorry, loot gamers, but I'm gonna code if I want to code. It's the comp sci and me speaking. Me and my lisp. Oh, shut up, Twitch. Try and tell me that I'm here. And I'm live. Okay. Well, regardless, things have been slowly happening. And I've gotten to where I am working on the Vulkan side of the renderer. Let me sync. I don't think it's gonna build, but I'm working on the Vulkan side, which is the funky magic side. Let me see. Ocean, that one. Design. Let me see if I can open with more options. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it, Windows. You can do it. Oh my goodness. You tried. You still failed. Draw.io. That's bright. That's very, very bright. Open existing. File. Okay. I'm gonna do this. It's probably gonna break it. F2. .drawio.svg because I want to make it obvious. There we go. Okay. So I need to do a little bit of a funky planning right now. Oops. Fuck you, Windows. We're not letting the camera turn on. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. It's just not working. It's just not working. Windows, what have you done to it? Ah. It's supposed to be there, but it's not. Okay. Maybe I'll fix it later. If upon a request. A sip of gamer juice. Okay. Okay. So I need to, or we, y'all, us, we gotta design this a little, make this a little nicer for the Vulkan side. Let me know if you want me to try the dark mode. It's like not great on draw.io. I don't think. Sadly. I can try it. But the main thing is Hmm. Okay. I don't think I want to do a whole bunch of layers. Okay. Don't need that. This is not attached. Ungroup. There we go. Okay. Basically, I want to go through and figure out what the fuck am I doing? Because that can help a lot in terms of coding. As a good practice. Y'all should do it. Yes, one square. Okay. Because what's happening, I have the VK. So this is going to be the Vulkan version. This is all VK. Ungroup. And it doesn't actually need all that because that's all inputs. That's kind of what's happening right now. At least part of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shade these all to be... Oh. I just want the tops. Or I guess I can actually do the theme. Oh. Isn't there a theme? No. I want to select the blocks, not the individual things. Okay. Basically, these are all the Vulkan ones, right? Red because they're Vulkan. Let me go ahead and make a copy because I want to make sure I'm clear for the OpenGL ones as well. And I think blue is a good color for OpenGL. So we'll do the blue. Look at the code, make sure I know what I'm doing. Yes, I did do geo as the prefix. Okay. So I want to make sure I understand everything as best as possible. Because Vulkan is confusing as fuck. Okay. That's all the geo. Get that ocean up there. Come on. So now I can go through and fill out all the geos so it's proper to what's actually on there. I don't really know quite all the symbols to use here. That's not the right one. Yeah. Doesn't even have any members for that one. And then the graphics context. Hmm. It's been a little bit of a funky monkey. Why is that? Hmm. 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 Why is it being so funky? I don't get this. Not even like anything to get into the center. Why did I manage to break it? Oh, that's why. Because it's the stupid bar that I'm touching. I'm crazy. That's okay. There we go. All right, now we're getting there. QFW, a window pointer of P window handle. Am I doing that right? I don't know. No. Okay. That's the graphics context. Got there. Little special. Okay. Got those. Got all those. Okay. Vertex buffer. Which does not have those, but it has a geo vertex buffer of U32. Which geo vertex buffer of F32 and vertices. Or I guess F32 pointer and U32. And it has a destructor. Hope I didn't forget those. Those are kind of important to have. Okay. And then we have a render ID. So whatever it is by the renderer, according to the renderer, which is a U32. And then a layout, which is the buffer layout. Cool. And then the next buffer of U32 and U32. I guess that's kind of really it, because I don't know if it's really necessary to mark deconstructors. That's, I guess, something I should note. So that can be implied, given that these are all classes. This has a render ID, which is a U32, and a M count, so how big the buffer is, or the number of indices in the buffer, which is also U32. And by U32, I mean it's just like an integer of 32 bytes that's unsigned. It's just like a shorthand thing that I made in the code base, just because I'm funky like that. Okay. All right, and then this has a private renderer ID, has a U32, private and vertex buffer index, which is a U32. Then a private list of vertex buffers, which is a dynamic array of vertex, or I guess of references to vertex buffers. And then a index buffer, which is a ref to the index buffer. Okay, and we got the texture, shader, and frame buffer. Okay, almost there. Then a texture, which has a GL texture 2D of U32, U32. Oh, we got the survival evolve grind going already. Bind U32, which returns a void. And then a set data, which is a void pointer, and U32, void, set format, which then uses a texture format and returns a void. Okay, and then get width, which has nothing, so it's void, and returns a U32. Then the same thing for the height, void, which returns a U32. Okay, get renderer. Are you winning? I don't really know. I'm just going at this point, you know? I'm going. And it's going. I don't know. I just noticed this. This can be a B8. Because that is a B8. Let me go into settings. Listen to your lizard brain. I know. I have the book that tells me that too. It's crazy. The lizard brain is happening. I've never heard more lizard thoughts than before. Okay, I decided I don't want to date on this, so removing that. Okay, and then we're gonna say it's an operator. Const texture. I don't know how to mark operators in this. I think that'll be fine though. Const texture reference, which returns a B8. Okay. And then we need a render ID. A very common pattern in the OpenGL implementation. And then we need a journal format, which is a GL enum. And then same for a data format, which is a GL enum. All right, gamer sip time. Gamer juice. Not sponsored by G-Sub. Okay. Then we have the shaders. We need a shader. Which has all those. And it also has a private member check compile. Compile errors, which is a U32, and a compile type, which is a void return. And then I also have to do the GL shader, which is a C string, a C string, and a C string. basically for all of the types, the shader components, because I can parse them at runtime. Because and that's private. Okay. So we have a private compile. I don't know how to mark like internal things. But we have a renderer ID, which is a U32. Advanced? No. That'd be too nice. Email maybe. Nope. Trying to understand all these little things. Come on. Okay, that'll work. Because basically there is just the compile time or compile type, which is an enum. And that's a child thing that exists. I don't know if there's really a better way to mark an enum. Yes, there is. Okay. Compile type. And it's an enum. And field 1. Okay. So program. Oh, shoot. And then shader is equal to 1. I think that works. Okay. Now the frame buffer, which is the last thing for GL or for OpenGL. I'm supposed to add these on all of them, just for the sake of having them. Just because then Doxygen generates better. documentation. Which would be great if the person that's supposed to do the logo would do it. I've been fighting the urge to just do it because I know I could do it and like make a digital version in like 5 minutes. Why ain't gonna do that to them? Not yet, at least. Some live shade right there. Oh shit, Windows is trying to update on me. Fuck you, Windows. No. Okay. Read pixel, which is U32, I32, and I32, which returns a U32. Get color attachment ID U32, which returns a U32. Oh, excuse me. Clear attachment U32, I32. And return the void. GL frame buffer. And that takes a constant frame buffer specification. Reference. And pretty pretty filled up thing. Okay. Then we have a private render ID, which is a U32. A private specification, which is a frame buffer specification. A private set of color attachment, color attachments, attachment specs, which is a dynamic array of frame buffer texture spec. Okay. And with that, we got a frame, blah, 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 depth attachment spec, which is a frame buffer texture spec. Then color attachment specs, or no, color attachments. Excuse me. A dynamic array of U32. Got a little bit of a fart shit or brain shit right there. And then the depth attachment. So whatever one that one is. Which is a U32 because it's just a single ID. Ah, shit. I didn't want to do that. Okay. So that is basically all the OpenGL stuff. Which also says VK when it should be UGL. Now, I make sure I fix all these. Because I gotta be good about it and not make it so there's more work later. Yada yada yada. So boo fucking who. Ugh, oh my god. Work with me, please. Okay, create. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and geo shader. That's all the same, except I don't need to get name because that's not something I work with at the shader level. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Set mat 3. These are all C strings now. There's a mat 3. Lots of little work, but that's the fun stuff, right? I don't even know if that's at the top level anymore. Yeah, it isn't. Oh shoot, that's the VK one. Yeah, it's not. C string, C string, C string. That gets a shader back. Okay. And then texture 2D. It's going to inherit basically all the same stuff, so it's going to be that. VK. Okay. Okay. Oh, that is good. That's all good. Now, I need to figure out what everything needs to go into what. I can remove some of these functions right away because they're not going to be ever seen by the underlying structure. Okay, so we got VK now. Ugh, there's no way to like look at this nicely. Here, well, why don't we do something kind of spoopy? There we go, spoopy, flat screen time. Gamer juice sip. The smell of burgers and fries are really tempting behind me. I can't have them though. Not while I'm live. Oh. The lizard brain wants me to consume burgers and fries. That's not allowed though. Okay. Big brain time. Who's that OpenGL nonsense? It's time to be big brain VK time. So with that, this is red. This is going to be the VK instance, because I think the right way to go about this is to essentially make it so that I'm working with Vulkan through instance management instead of trying to figure out how to pass everything around in a funky way. Instead, it's all going to have an instance that it references to, which also manages the Vulkan instance, which will be nice. Okay, close that window. Get out of here. Which basically means that there has to be a VK instance or an M instance. And this is going to be the VK instance, right? And what that does is it basically says, wow, Vulkan exists. And that's what you talk to. Which is nice. Because what I want to have happen is basically when the renderer API is constructed, which will be at the beginning of the application, right? Before anything's really initialized, the renderer API is going to be constructed and ready to go. Which means, sorry, gamer juice sip. Which means, because the render API has to be ready to go before the graphics context starts being used, right? Because the graphics context is attached to the lifetime of, is attached to the window that uses it. Which means the instance has to be created before the graphics context, but then the instance also relies on the graphics context to be created before it's ready to be used fully, because we need the graphics context to be able to do certain things, like figure out what kind of extensions and layers are required to basically run on the platform, because it can be different per platform. Which means, that's why I want to do a VK instance, which is then basically going to be initialized on the render API's construction. So I'm going to do M instance where this is a VK instance. Now the instance is managed by the render API, and we can do that by the constructor and deconstructor, which will be at the very beginning and the very end of the application. And so theoretically, it'll be easy. Theoretically. Okay. Because the render API I want to be is what I want to be centralized around managing everything, technically. Because that's where the most things are gonna happen, really. I need another class though, which is gonna be the VK device. Okay. And the device, which is in here. Ugh. It's still screaming. I'm trying to do bit flags for this and it's being unhappy. VK physical device feature bits. Which is going to make that a lot smaller. Yeah. The device, okay. Vulkan basically makes you deal with the device, the rendering device. So the device is what basically internalizes the GPU and the logical device of Vulkan so that it's not like a pain. So this will be a type of VK physical device, which then has GPU properties, which is VK physical device properties, which honestly I might be able to make a smart version of. I'm not going to look at that right now because I don't know if that's necessary. Fuck it. We're looking at it. Yeah, I can't really do that. Yeah. Okay. Basically can't do much with the physical device properties because it's not really something I have control over. I could technically do a conversion and make it so it's more efficient, but I don't know if it's worth doing that yet. Oh, there's just a big block of red here. That's fun. Okay. And then MGPU features. VK, which is going to be a lowercase VK because that's mine. Feature bits. Because it's a bit version of the actual structure, because the actual structure is just a bunch of booleans, but Vulkan uses 32-bit booleans, so it's just massive. for what it is. Because it drops like 500 bytes in terms of size, but it's still 1300 bytes, which is like a kilobyte and some change, which is not fun. GPU memory. So this is the actual properties of what the GPU memory is. So like how much memory there is, how to use memory, and what the memory is capable of. And then I have the M device, which is the actual logical device of Vulkan, which allows you to actually do commands to the device and everything. Because the GPU is just basically a representation of the physical device. The VK device is a logical representation, so it's the actual command device. Funky and complicated, I know, but it's what it is. With that, I want to have a constructor that gives me a physical device, because I am not choosing the physical device here. That's being chosen elsewhere, because this one is just making a wrapper for the physical device and the logical device of it, and then keeping track of its properties or capabilities. So it has a C string and a U32, which is the extensions that are being requested. So because it works by name, and then the number of extensions that it wants, because that's how it is. Which then I'll need a VK physical device for get physical and then a VK device for get logical. Get physical. Physical is a hard word to spell for no reason at all. This takes nothing, so it's void, and then get logical VK device. Okay. And then I'm gonna need support features of like, oh, is this supported? Is this something that's good? Yada yada yada. Let me open this because I need to probably update things. It takes forever because I know there is all installations up to date. That's crazy. I hate the fact that it has the Visual Studio Community 2022 #2. I don't get that. Okay. So that's the start of the device, of the physical device. These are both OC inline. Include ocean primitives macros, and now it's going to be fine. Okay, I need to look up how to do that. Enum name U64 C++. 64-bit enum in C++. I don't think that's possible with C++ 98. The underlying representation of the enum is up to the compiler. In that case, you're better off using As of C++ 11, it is possible to use enum classes to specify the base type of the enum. In addition, enum classes introduce a new name scope. So instead of referring to large value, it would reference my enum large value. So do I just add class to that and it fix it? No, of course not. So you say class and it forces it to use the scope. Interesting. Yeah, I'll just start using that more. Excuse me. Enum that takes 16 bits. So do I have to use uint 64T for it to work? Its building thing is going to error out. That's okay. I don't know. This might be a bug. This might not be. My definition's the same, so I'm just going to say use 64. It may figure it out. It may not. I don't know. Hmm. That's crazy. Okay. So if we do that, would that work? I want to check if this works. Hmm. 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 Oh, I did it wrong. God damn it. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I accidentally screwed up my bit shift. E. Twenty, 21, 22, 23, 24, fuck. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 20, 29, 30. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Hmm. Why is that? This is where understanding hexadecimal is useful, but I am not that smart because hexadecimal is annoying and cringe and should tie in a hole. Hmm. But why? Okay. I am getting so distracted right now, but that's okay. Hmm. Why? Do I dare ask the line machine? Duck.ai. The line machine. Okay. Give me a enum definition that has bit flags up to 54. The enum should be a 64-bit integer able to hold the flags. And C++. Let's see how this goes. Let's go. Give it all. Ew, it's assuming that one is an int. That's annoying, but that's fair. It's assuming that one is an int, not a not the 64-bit thing. It's not inheriting the actual value correctly. That makes sense. Thank you, the line machine. Let's go. Makes sense. Lizard brain activated. So now there is bits from 0, bit flags from 0 all the way to 54, which is pretty cray-cray. That's kind of sweet. Okay. Okay, so that's not going to be handled by you. Let's see. Okay. Reference that I'm taking to yoink some of this is from on GitHub. I looked at them earlier. Get into game dev. I think that's the right name. Users. No. Yeah, this is the right guy. Okay. Let me clone this all. I can go bye-bye. I should be able to go bye-bye. Not gonna go bye-bye. Command. I don't care. Git clone that. That's a big old folder of everything that this dude does. Get into game dev. He's on YouTube. He's chill. He's got some pretty good resources on stuff. I think this is YouTube. No. I don't know what that is. I don't even want to know. He's got a lot of stuff here though. In various languages. I'm specifically wanting to look into the Vulkan section, basically. So let's see what he's got. Mostly because I want to understand how he organizes it, because I could probably learn a few things on structure that will be good for me, and I can adapt it or slightly copy a little bit depending on, but I think he does a lot of more function based. I want to do a lot more object based, so it's more just understanding this structure is the main thing. Okay. Source renderer. That's right. I want to make a swap chain. VK swap chain. This is red. And this has the M swap chain. So this is the actual swap chain. VK swap chain, KHR. And then I want the format. So whatever format the actual swap chain is, which is a VK surface format. Ugh. KHR. And with that, I want the extent. So how big is the area that is being drawn, which is a VA extent to D. I want the M images that is going to be used for the swap chain, which here I've made it a swap chain images. I made it an array of swap chain images, which are up here. That's an internal thing. And then I have a M valid. I guess I should name that to is valid. And that's a 8-bit Boolean. Not that 32-bit Boolean Vulkan. Is valid. I don't really have any member functions for that yet. Right. This is an inner class, technically. Whatever. Okay, and this is that. Which this will be the swap chain image, which is a struct. So then we have an image, which is a VK image. I guess it is just a class, huh? Bye-bye. It's just one of these. Okay. So this is an image of VK image. And this is a view, which is a VK image view. Make that red. Bye-bye. Okay, slowly getting there. It's getting better. Getting more understandable. Aww. Gamer juice time. There we go. Okay. Now this thing should be open now. Ugh. Thanks. Thanks, Visual Studio. Exactly what I wanted. Totally. All right, let's see. Get this a little updated. Maybe that'll help. Okay. Nom 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 nom. Get that pinned because I want to see that right now. Ugh, sniffles. Sorry. Yeah. He does a lot of stuff public. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know how to feel about that. That's like, it's nice, but it's also not great. Because then you deal with like accessing problems, which may or may not be a thing. But then getter and setters are like not great either. Technically these are like better for performance. Lesion queue, okay. Query, surface port, support. Choose an extent. Presentation mode, and then the surface format. Okay. I should probably delete a lot of this. So stop screaming at me. I don't care. I don't want you to scream anymore. All right, it's screaming at me because of this. See, that should probably fix some of them. Right. I'm just going to comment out all this code because okay. Stop screaming at me. Yeah, I write that. You can keep your window handle. Basically nothing else. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Sorry you have to listen to this. My burpees. It's the gamer juice that's trying to come back out. Don't drink the gamer juice. Okay. That's great. Okay. I want to try to follow the steps of initialization, which means I want the instance. Where did that go? VK instance, give me that. So I need a CPP file. Instance.hpp. We want namespace for ocean. Ocean. Namespace for splash, because that's the name of the namespace for the renderer, so it's a little bit more isolated from everything. Okay. So then with that, I want to have a git basically on the instance, which takes a void, and that will return the VK instance. I think that makes sense. You can disagree with me if you do, and say so in the comments, or not the comments, fuck. The chat, basically comments just live. Okay, I gotta get a git. I really think that's the main thing I want. Which means VK instance. Okay, instance. I want a constant VK instance. Right. I'm just getting a copy of this. And honestly, if you manage to destroy it and kill it, that's your fault. Because this is really code that I deal with anyways, so it shouldn't happen. Okay. Let's see, and like, gotta get that stuff going. Add definitions. Okay. It's almost perfect. Like, it's almost there. It's just I don't like how it formats. Some of those things. Okay. Null handle. Okay. So we got that going. which means we want some of the code that is over here. Basically take all of this. That way, that can get started and can be gone. And I want these two because those are important to the render to the instance itself. Now I get all the types included because of all that. Okay. STD. STDs. Okay. Actually, a lot of this code I probably shouldn't try to copy. It's all going to be different anyways. Ow. My shoulder popped. Yeah, which means I don't know if I'm going to need that one either. So I might do it differently. Because the instance... Let's see. What does the instance want to hold? It wants to hold the actual instance. And I guess one of the main things is it also should hold all the GPUs, so devices. M devices, which should be a, I'm gonna say very, very precursively, that's gonna be a dynamic array of EK device. Because with Vulkan, a very funky, lucky thing you can do is actually use multiple devices to render at once, which is cool and interesting. Gamer juice time. Num num. Okay. Yeah, get that over there. Hey, what is that? Discord is annoying me. It's trying to get my attention. Okay. I'm starting to scatterbrain a little. Getting a little all over the place, you know? Ugh. Dynamic rate of decay device. Okay. Array of devices. Which honestly, I don't know how many devices I want to hold at once, but I can have them now if I want them. And I'll probably see if there's a way. That's why. Okay. I'm gonna add a to-do here. Figure out a converted, I guess, more compact way to store the GPU properties and GPU memory. Because there's some funky bit magic I probably could do, especially given that this is a maximum of 16. See how much a memory heap is. Yeah, this is just inefficient. This could be done more efficiently. Possibly. Very likely, actually. That the properties and the memory properties could be done a little bit more efficiently, at least. Because those both are like a kilobyte, almost over a kilobyte. Which is a lot of data for something that's not like crazy. Build a little bit just to try to clear out some of these warnings that don't need to be here. And of course it gave me more. This needs a OC no copy. See if that fixes it. Yep, now they're gone. Don't want this copied at all. Because the graphics context should stay as it is. Basically the same for this one too. BK device. I don't want that copied because that is a lot of work to copy. For no reason, possibly. clear some of that up a little bit. There we go. All right, close that. I don't need it at the moment. I guess with that. Ah, yes. I have to find OC debug. Then we want some of the debugging stuff. Let's see. Can it add downloads folder? Make sure it's in a new thing so it doesn't give me all the errors in one place. Doesn't know what to do. Okay, there we go. Sure. I think this can be held a lot better just by doing a side by side. Okay, hopefully that's eligible-ish. I can't really tell on my little preview screen, so okay, let's see. Create hello triangle. So where is the constructor? Okay, so this is all the context data. Context data. I think the only other thing that really needs to for sure be held by the instance is the queue. So the VK queue. And with that, and debug callback. So it's a queue, and with that, it has to know which queue to use, or needs to know I guess the graphics queue index. Oh, the queue is for the device. I want that to be on the device then. Okay, kill all these stupid things. Yeah, thank you. Because that is going to be a part of the device then. And with that, I'm assuming I want to keep the graphics queue index and the present queue index here, because then we just say submit shit, do things please, and it knows what to do in terms of all the queues and everything. I think that makes sense. I hope that makes sense as code happens, because that's the hard part about Vulkan, is just you think you got it right and then you do it and then it's a mess and then it's just not good. I'm trying to minimize that, and that's why it's been a lot of rebuilding and very slow to get to. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, graphics context should have the VK surface, KHR, surface. Let me get this all starting to reflect in the actual thing. So where's the device? Device, you're doing more. MQ, which is a VKQ. Graphics Q index, which is a U32, and then M present Q index, which is also U32. Okay. VK graphics context GOFW window pointer. And then then it has the P window handle, which is a GOFW window pointer. Then it has the M surface, which is a VK surface KHR. Yeah. So I want everything to be managed by the instance, because that's technically the instance that controls everything. Well, I guess everything that is cross instance, so cross window, because windows require certain things compared to just rendering, which requires certain things. And that's what I'm trying to separate mostly. So it's a little funky. Yeah. Okay. Okay. MMMMK. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. 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 It's starting to come together a little bit more. Still a mess, but it's starting to come together. I'm gonna go to init instance. This is from the actual Chronos group, so this is hopefully gonna be better. I can see they use MSVC because they're using pragmatilians to send errors. Because that's MSVC native. All right, go into this VK instance. Print. I'm gonna just copy a lot of the same code, but rewrite it in the way I want. Vulkan instance. Okay. OC debug. And default callback is a VK null handle. It's funny that I kind of have to use it, even though it's just a null pointer wrapper. A little annoying. Then M devices. And I want 0. Or I guess I want 1. Technically, but I want 0. Ugh, I should say 1 because I know I'm gonna have to use a device. I'd rather get it all together because that's a lot of memory to steal or to ask for at once. I guess this is why I didn't really want to use their reference because they're using Volk. I have no idea what Volk is. I'm using Glad, which is why I have the Glad one open. But the Glad one is like super long and I think a little crazy for what it does. But that's okay. Basically, you jump down to the bottom, go to init, and then figure out where the hell it does the init. Initialization Vulkan. Okay. Don't care about that. Don't care about that right now. Basically, these things is what I care about. And I want the render API. Have a scope. So for the existence of this class, say VK instant, VK instance called M instance. And then any constructor, I'll say this M instance equal to make scope of type VK instance with no args because it doesn't take any args at least yet. Might do some config stuff later to make it so it looks a little bit works a little bit nicer for custom funky ways that you want it to work, but not needed right now. I'm gonna do a BK Glad. .cpp. And I don't need this anywhere because that'll just be there. Because it has to have a definition basically initialized to be used. Okay. Goal of that, basically, as long as it outputs that's being initialized. Oh. Configure so that it finds all the new files. Yeah. Do it. Ugh. Okay. Temporary. That. Other things, no. Let's see if that does it. No way. Where? What for? Oh, right. The catch tests are being stupid. Reconfigure the whole thing. Let's go. Okay. It's initializing Vulkan twice, which is not good. Why is it doing it twice? It shouldn't. Like at all. That's bad. Yes, that's the global. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. That's not supposed to happen like that though. That's not supposed to happen at all. What are you on, C++? That is something that I don't understand. That doesn't happen often. Hmm. Hmm. Sniffles. They're coming back. Why? I swear, is it because it's doing a copy and not a move? Okay. Okay. Render API. And it creates an instance. Yeah, that should not be happening. See if that fixes it. Nope. It's being called twice, and I don't know why. Shouldn't be. Because that can actually break things. Okay, let me render API. Okay. Hmm. Why is it being created twice? Lizard brain no understand. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's some jumping around. That's your resource manager. Why does it come back here? Hmm. 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 Okay. I think I understand. Let me test something. Nope. I didn't understand it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I need to go here. You'll see no copy for the render API. Hmm. Mm-hmm. The lizard brain is slowly starting to work. Nope. Still happening. Ugh, sorry. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Back to this. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Still going twice. Why? Come on. Why? Of course. These are good things to figure out now rather than later when it's a pain in the ass to fix. Hmm. Let's see. No, I don't care. Stop. I'm trying to read. No, why? Hmm. 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 Okay. I think I can do this in the form. I'm going to try doing the thread safe. Singleton. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Make it so it gets that. So it's an OC static line. I just try this. So I want a OC static. Broom, broom, broom. VK instance of type that is the instance, which is equal to null pointer. Init flag. Call once. Instance is equal to a new VK instance. And then return instance. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. STD. I'm going to go into macros because I think this is something that would be interesting as a macro, even if it's not very useful. OC singleton get singleton of a type. Okay. Now I can say OC get singleton of a VK instance, and now that should be right. But if I want to say expand the macro, and boom. Okay. Because now that's not reliant on the constructor, because that's where it's kind of screwing itself over. I get around some of the constructor stuff. Okay. There is that. So now if I say vk instance get, right? You'll compile. And there we go. It calls once. As it should. And I don't know why it's weird and different. Okay. That is why I want to make my own smart pointers. Because then I can actually fix that and give control over the damn thing. Okay. I'm going to note that down. I think this one's better. Okay. Gonna go to 10 types, which is down here at the bottom, because it takes forever. Implement ocean specific smart pointers. Don't know why I was trying to do that. Smart pointers to avoid the static initialization order fiasco. Especially for singletons relying on scopes. Info here. Okay. That is there. Okay. Now the instance is being correctly constructed and deconstructed as it should. So now I can actually start coding get a little bit. I want to start with an i32 GLAD version, which I want to be able to be equal to a GLAD loader load Vulkan or null pointer, null pointer, null pointer. Okay. And then if there's no version, then I want to throw an exception of error, system error, unable to load Vulkan symbols. GLAD load failure. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Almost. Moving forward, which is good. And I want to be a 32. Okay, this is something I want to look here for. Value 32. Extension count. What is VK check? A macro that I do not know of, it seems. Sniffle moment. Okay, so extension count. Let's see, there. I kind of have to follow the GLAD because the GLAD and GFW example. Just because I'm using GLAD to load Vulkan symbols, and that means whatever they do in here is supposedly the right way, or at least their way. So I'm kind of just having to base it off of that. Hmm. Okay, so if was a return, of course, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, great, that's not helpful. Some magic stuff right there. I don't understand how those function pointers work. They're so messy. Okay. So throw an exception because okay. Basically gonna be something like that. It's kind of gonna be standard of what happens for the next few functions, because this is a lot of initialization, and which requires a lot of checks to make sure nothing's broken. And if it does break, then we scream and piss and poop our pants, because that's not our fault. Hmm. This one does extensions first, which I think I might want to do too. Okay. I don't know if there's really a specific order that's like better, so. Basically the same thing. Instance extensions. Well, coming up on the end of stream for tonight, but making some good progress. I'm going to be able to work forward on this because I kind of understand what I'm doing more. It's less kind of flapping about trying to figure out what's going on, and more of trying to understand the implementation side. But yeah, let's see. Dynamic array of C strings. Strange. I guess of VK extension properties is what it is. Available extensions of instance extension count. It's basically the same thing because it's the same check. It's just now we can give it a thing to write all the data to. So it's kind of just all it is. It's a lot of repeating stuff like that. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. All right. Hit the time for today. But thank you so much for y'all coming on in. Thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for hanging out. It's been good. It's been good. Made some progress on Vulcan. Understanding Vulcan a little bit better. A little bit of more tingly into its brain. And yeah, hope you all have a wonderful night. I will try to get my camera fixed for next stream on Monday. Give it a follow for that so you can keep up. And yeah. Thank you so much, and have a good night.